By the way, if it's a miracle, if it's the case that what's happened here is that this is divinely inspired, and that's why you have so many word-for-word similarities, you have a very big problem, because you have not only similarities between the three Gospels, you have vast differences between them as well. Discrepancies between the Gospels. So if you explain the similarities on the basis of miracle, then you have trouble explaining the discrepancies. We'll be talking about the discrepancies in a later lecture, but they do exist. People don't notice the discrepancies among the Gospels because of the way people read the Gospels. The way people read the Gospels, they read Matthew, it's about the life and death of Jesus. Then they read Mark, and it sounds a lot like Matthew sounded. Then they read Luke, and that sounds a lot like Matthew and Mark sounded. And so when you read them this way, what I would call reading them vertically, one at a time, they all sound very much alike, and so you don't notice the differences. The way to notice the differences among the Gospels is to read them not vertically, but to read them horizontally, where you read one story in Matthew, then read the same story in Mark and the same story in Luke. And you'll have word-for-word agreements, but you'll also have discrepancies, and you'll notice these discrepancies, and some of these discrepancies, in fact, are very hard to reconcile with one another.